Back in his initial introduction, Bardock had a pretty interesting ability, the ability of foresight, a blessing and a curse. And I've seen a pretty popular suggestion a lot here. What would have happened if Goku and Raditz had that ability too? Well, unfortunately, it's kinda tough to make that work. But I think I found a way to make it actually happen. We'll be discussing how it happens and the consequences of it, and seeing how it affects the series in this brand new story, What If Goku Had Bardock's Foresight? Oh yeah, and what if Raditz had the foresight too? We'll set a like goal of 5,000 likes, and if we hit that, I'll continue this into a full series. So our story begins trying to explain how this even occurs. Bardock originally got his foresight after the fact, after Goku and Raditz were born. It wasn't anything genetic either. It was activated during battle, so we can't say Goku and Raditz were born with it because that doesn't work. Although, I have an idea of how to make it work. Surprisingly, both Dragon Ball Super Bardock and Dragon Ball Z Bardock can be pieced together pretty easily. You will have to change a few things around for both of them, but you can make it work, without taking too much of a creative liberty. And now you're probably wondering, why are you combining the two Bardocks? Well, we need Z Bardock because he's the one who has that ability, but we need Super Bardock for another reason. He has the same encounter with the Heaters that he initially did, on Planet Cereal. And here, Monaido ends up making a wish for Bardock, asking for his two sons to thrive. This part of Bardock's story doesn't change. Immediately after, he heads back home. And this is some more minus stuff. This is when he sends Kakarot away. And then after that, he'll have the same encounter he did with his squad, being sent out on a mission where they die and he gets his foresight. As far as we know right now, this hasn't happened in canon. Although I am recording this in November, and knowing Dragon Ball Super, they always introduce stuff after the fact, so when I record something it's immediately outdated, so I don't know, maybe they will introduce this. But jokes aside though, we haven't seen this yet. And including this isn't really too outlandish. The biggest change here is that Bardock's already suspicious of Frieza beforehand, having heard it from the Heaters. But he has to go on this mission. He can't act suspicious. It's all to protect Kakarot, draw the attention away from him. And this isn't really changing too much of canon either because his squad does exist in both versions of the story. It's kinda just changing the order of events here. But the two important things are, Monaido made a wish for his sons to thrive, and Bardock was able to get his foresight. For the events leading up to his death, we'll follow the events of Bardock, father of Goku, which is the original introduction for him. Although it kinda does line up with minus because he ended up fighting Frieza there too, or attempting to, and this leads us to his death. Bardock watches, Frieza's attack barrels towards the planet. He tries to attack, fighting back with his own blast, but of course it does nothing, and Bardock ends up being one of the first casualties of it, being consumed by Frieza's attack, dying from it. Although, before he dies, something strange happens. He sees a vision, or two actually. One vision is Frieza, looking different than before, facing down two figures. He can't really make them out, but their hairstyles, it's unmistakable. Are these adult versions of Kakarot and Raditz? He's not sure, because before they turn around, another vision appears. He sees a dragon. He's not sure what it is, but it's Taranbo. Bardock looks around him. He's in nothingness, just a blank space, a place between Otherworld and the living world. It's a strange vision, and he's not even sure if this is a vision. Taranbo talks to Bardock. Monaido made a wish for Bardock's sons to thrive, actually going through with it and making the wish. And Bardock's surprised. He didn't realize Monaido actually did make a wish for that. And Taranbo explains, he can ensure that his sons will grow up and thrive, but only up to a certain point. Although, he'll make a bargain with Bardock if he'd like. That power of his, that foresight, the blessing and the curse. He can grant that power to his two sons, further protecting them, beyond the point where they're grown. And it is a gamble because in Bardock's eyes, there's downsides with it. But from what he saw, there was that vision where they were facing Frieza, or at least that's what he assumed was happening. And he thinks on it, but he realizes, there's only one right choice here. He already saw what's gonna happen, or at least part of it. So whatever choice he goes with here, he knows it'll turn out well. He goes with his gut. He accepts the bargain. Grant this power to Kakarot and Raditz. Taranbo acknowledges this very well. A light flashes, and Bardock's life ends. Frieza floats there, watching over the planet exploding. He looks on triumphantly, but little does he know, he might have just created one of his worst nightmares. And as Bardock is sent to Otherworld, he wonders if he made the right choice. That foresight allows him to see bad things that would happen. Theoretically, it should protect them, right? But could it also make them more paranoid and cause things to happen that weren't supposed to? He's not too sure. It's a conundrum, a double-edged sword that we'll be exploring throughout this series. And there we have our explanation. It's a little strange, but I didn't need to take too many liberties with it. Honestly, it's a very interesting concept, so I wanted to do whatever was possible to make it happen. I also considered just having it activate when Kakarot hit his head, but I did it this way specifically to have Raditz have it too. And we'll be seeing how it plays out for both of them. Goku, the pure-hearted one, and Raditz, the evil one of his sons. What will this change about their lives though? Well, at first, not really too much. Let's start by covering Goku. On Earth, he doesn't really encounter too much danger at first. He's already strong to begin with. But there is a drawback here. Him hitting his head actually kind of delays the effects of this. Kakarot had the ability of foresight, but once he hit his head, it made it more dormant, and he doesn't immediately develop the power. Bardock's foresight was activated in a part of his brain after all, and if Goku's getting damage to his brain, that has a negative effect here. Goku does have visions occasionally, but never really thinks much of them. They're few and far between, and they're always very brief. They only really ever occur in his dreams too. never occurring while he's conscious. And he just chalks it up to coincidences, having dreams about something happening and then it kinda does happen. Like, one of his recurring dreams is one of a giant monkey. But then he also has other dreams, like he's fighting against a guy with 3 eyes. And soon after that dream, he has another one about some green monster. He thinks nothing of this as he heads into the 22nd World Tournament. The dreams didn't even explain anything, they were just there. But after this, he begins paying more attention. That dream, it warned him of King Piccolo. While training with Kami, there's another one that occurs. He sees Piccolo again, in different attire, and he brings this up to Kami too, telling him about the dreams that he's had before as well. And Kami's confused. He had a dream that he would fight King Piccolo, and then had a dream about his reincarnation? Well, he asks, has he heard a story about Piccolo before at all? Goku's not too sure, and Kami wonders what this is. He knows Goku's a strange kid, but he can't really have an ability like this, can he? Being able to predict events with his dreams? It's gotta be a coincidence. Maybe it's just stories he's heard, appearing in his subconscious. But slowly, the dreams start getting more frequent. And it's nothing crazy. He'll just see people. By the time the 23rd World Tournament rolls around, he knows exactly what Piccolo Jr. looks like, expecting him to show up there. And this is where you start to see that it's really strange. Like, dreaming of Piccolo's reincarnation, I mean, he kinda knew about that already. And his appearance, it's not too hard to guess. But the fact that everything was right about his appearance, down to the clothes he was wearing, that's too much of a coincidence. He also dreamt that he saw Mercenary Tao at this tournament as a cyborg, and that he would meet Chi-Chi again here. And this time he actually knows who she is because of that. And the dreams stop for a while. After the 23rd World Tournament during the short time skip, in his dreams, he sees a man. He has strange armor on, he has long hair, and he's sticking a hand out. Goku tries to have this vision again, but he can't. It just appears once, and he's not sure what's going on. This, of course, is Raditz. But what's going on with him? Raditz is a stronger warrior. He can't control his foresight, but it has helped him in battle many times before. Unlike Goku's, he never lost his because he never hit his head. His foresight actually activates very frequently, also because he faces way more danger than Goku did. This leads to him becoming an expert strategist, becoming a much better fighter too. Vegeta and Nappa, they respect this ability. They don't know his exact ability because Raditz kinda keeps it to himself. He never reveals it, wondering what this intuition is, but Vegeta and Nappa just see it as him having a very high battle IQ, being smart enough to always see multiple steps ahead. And it's not just that, he is stronger than before. Very slightly though. He gets engaged in tougher battles because he knows how to actually work around them, and it leads to this. He's also more level-headed too, and a little bit more reserved than the other Saiyans. He has no clue what this gift of his is, but at this point, he recognizes that. These occasional visions that he sees, they always help him, keep him away from danger. Although, now the two of them are fully grown. Taranbo's protection is done. He fulfilled the wish, protecting them, allowing them to grow up and thrive. But even though he's no longer protecting them from harm, the foresight remains. A gift from Bardock that they don't even realize is there. Of course, the Saiyans realize that one day, they're gonna need another Saiyan in the crew. And Raditz has the perfect idea. His brother, Kakarot, he's on Earth. He can go find his brother and recruit him. Naturally, he's the one sent there to do this. And on a space pod on the way to Earth, he actually has a strange vision. And this one's weird, because he's not supposed to be at Earth for a while. So far, his visions have been very near future, but this one, it's seeing months out. And it's a gruesome vision. He briefly sees Kakarot's face, but he's looking up at Kakarot. He's on the ground, dying, he's bleeding out, and Kakarot's looking down at him. The vision ends, and Raditz is panicked. What? Wait, he's gonna die here? He tries to focus, trying to get that thing to activate again. But no matter what he does, it doesn't work. He saw that brief glimpse of that vision, and he also saw Kakarot holding onto his tail as a beam of light approached him, but it ended there, and Raditz sees now. He's gonna die here. This encounter, it's gonna kill him, or at least that's what it's supposed to do. Maybe he can avoid it. These visions he's had, they've always helped protect him from harm, but he's never had one like this where the outcome seems so set in stone. Maybe he actually needs to tread carefully here. Maybe they're underestimating Kakarot, and if Kakarot doesn't want to join them, well, if Raditz wants to live, he shouldn't get into a battle with him. But then something hits Raditz. He never even realized it before. Wait, if he has this ability, maybe Kakarot has it too. Maybe that's a way that he's able to kill Raditz in the future. Raditz obviously doesn't know how this ability came to be. What if it's genetic or something? He doesn't know. And if Kakarot has an ally, no matter how weak Kakarot is, the two of them could work to defeat Raditz. Kakarot would know a way to do so. And surprisingly enough, Raditz sees another vision soon after realizing this. He sees Frieza, transformed. It's definitely Frieza. He looks different than before. He wasn't even aware that Frieza could turn into this. But he turns to his side. Beside him, it's Kakarot, nodding at Raditz. Both are a little worn out. He can see a little battle damage, but they're ready to fight. And the vision ends, and Raditz realizes what's happening here. But it makes no sense. He had a vision where he was gonna die, and now he's having one where he's facing Frieza with Kakarot? And the weirdest part is, this is the farthest vision that he's had. All the others were short term. Hell, even the one where he just died against Kakarot, that was only a few months out. But this one, he has no frame of reference. It's gotta be beyond that. But a shocking realization hits him. That other vision, where they're facing Frieza together, that's because he's gonna change the outcome. He's gonna change his story. It's not gonna end against Kakarot. No, a new story's gonna begin when he meets Kakarot. He could change the outcome of it. He doesn't need to die against Kakarot. He can go much further beyond that, and he's never had the visions work like this. His attack ball barrels through space, getting closer to Earth, and before he knows it, he lands there. As he steps foot on this planet, he has another vision. It's Kakarot, standing there. And Raditz is seeing from his point of view. He sees his hand outstretched towards Kakarot. You can see that he's a bit reluctant, but all he sees is that he's looking at Kakarot. And this vision, it's not far in the future like those other two that he had. This vision, it's from later today. Actually, maybe a few minutes from now. Damn it, what's going on with him? He looks on his scouter, seeing a couple power levels. He only wants to find Kakarot. He goes to the first one he sees, with that being Piccolo. And as Raditz lands, he recognizes this man. He saw him far away. In one of his visions where he was dying against Kakarot, he saw it, Piccolo. This guy's standing there, this Namekian. And Raditz knows he needs to be careful. If he plays his cards right, he could live. But he also knows that if he plays them wrong, he'll die here. This will be his last day living. And remember, Raditz is a lot more reserved here, more level-headed. He still is an evil Saiyan, but he's going to be smarter about his choice of words and how he acts here, especially with the visions helping him. So instead of even picking a fight with Piccolo, he asks, "Where's Kakarot?" Piccolo has no clue of who he's talking about. And Piccolo's very combative, but Raditz can't go any further than this. He is getting pissed though, annoyed that he doesn't get the info that he wants. He tells Piccolo he's looking for another Saiyan warrior. How is this planet even still alive? Kakarot should have wiped it out by now. And Piccolo has no clue of what he's talking about. Okay, well, he could describe Kakarot. He remembers seeing him in an orange outfit with a blue shirt underneath, with some symbol on his chest. Obviously, Kakarot might not even be wearing that right now, but it's worth a shot asking. And Piccolo immediately knows who he's talking about. Goku? Raditz has no clue who this Goku is. But suddenly, his scouter goes off. It detects another high power level far away, and then Piccolo looks in the same direction. That is where Goku's power is coming from. And Raditz doesn't say anything. He immediately heads off going over there. What is he doing? He feels like a coward. He could have been more aggressive, getting the info that way. That Namekian was no trouble. He shouldn't be scared of him. Just because he saw a vision where he might have died against Piccolo doesn't mean that it was actually going to happen. He shouldn't have been so cowardly about it. He trusts his visions though, and he knows that they keep him away from harm, but for some reason he was so cowardly this time around, and he doesn't know why. What's going on with him? There's a reunion at Kame House, and Goku's feeling a little bit strange. That vision that he had before, the man with the long hair and the armor, from what he remembers, he met him here at Kame House, and this is the first time he's been here since he had that vision. He tells Roshi about this too, saying that he's had these visions before and he's told Kame about it. And Roshi has no clue of what to think. But did the vision have anything bad in it? And Goku has no clue. He just remembers meeting somebody here. He still doesn't know if these visions are even true or not. And Roshi says he just might be overthinking it. But still, the fact that he foresaw Piccolo, hell even Tenshinhan, and that great ape thing, he's seen things before they've happened, even if they've been vague before. But then he senses a power approaching. And this confirms it for him. This has to be it, that man that he saw. Raditz lands on the island, intimidating everybody. But he's not immediately aggressive. He just stands there as Goku comes outside of Kame House. His eyes widen as he sees Raditz, with Raditz having the same reaction. The two lock eyes, and then at the same time, they both see that same vision, the one of them encountering each other. As they stare each other down, Krillin asks what's wrong, and Goku says he doesn't know. He doesn't think anything's wrong, at least not yet. He just had some sort of vision, some hallucination, the same one he had before, but this is the first time that it happened while he was conscious. And it's the same one that he saw beforehand, and Raditz is intrigued to hear this. So he does have them too. Wait, what? Raditz walks closer to him. He asks Goku, has he had any of these before? Well, Goku says he's had weird dreams where he sees things that eventually happen, but it's rare, few and far in between. And Raditz tells Goku, he has a gift. They both do. He's had the same visions. And Goku asks, who is he? Why do they both have this? And Raditz explains, he's Goku's brother. They're aliens, Saiyans. But he finds it interesting. Kakarot doesn't have these visions like Raditz does. But also the fact that he goes by Goku and not Kakarot. Doesn't he remember his name? Well, not actually. He doesn't know anything about his past. And Raditz inquires, did he hit his head or something? And that's exactly what happened. And Raditz theorizes, well, that explains the memory loss, but possibly also why his visions don't work the same as Raditz. But he does have them, so it is between them. Maybe it's genetic or something, they don't know. Maybe hitting his head is why this divination is latent for him. He clearly has it, but not to Raditz's level. And Goku tells Raditz, he's seen him before, in a vision a while ago, a dream. And Roshi's amazed. It's true. He saw the future just like Baba could do. And Bulma asks if this is new, but Goku says no. He goes into more detail about it. He just never realized. First, it was a coincidence, but then things started lining up too weirdly, especially when he first met Piccolo Jr. But that leads Goku to his next question. Why is Raditz here after all this time? What brought him here to Earth? Why did he want to find Goku? And Raditz almost says that he needs Kakarot to help him take over a planet, but changes. He knows their true motive, and knows what they really need to do down the line. He goes with his vision, the one that he saw before. He needs Kakarot to help him defeat Frieza, explaining who Frieza is, and how he saw a vision of them defeating him together, fighting against him, causing him to use his full power even. The two have latent power far beyond where they realize, and Raditz thinks that maybe together the two of them can unlock that strength. He sticks a hand out. Reluctantly, that vision is fulfilled, and Goku remembers seeing this exact thing, and he was thinking whether he would take this guy's hand or not, but now that he knows who he is, in the context of it, nervously, he shakes Raditz's hand. And Raditz is just as nervous. He chuckles too. What a huge change of plans. But if his visions led him to this is how he could survive. And normally no one would be sure about this. I mean, an alien showing up telling Goku he's his brother? But Goku's visions tell him that this is the correct choice. Kakarot thinks this might be fate, but Raditz sees it as something different. This is him changing fate. His visions, they're not set in stone. They're something that could be changed. He could alter the future. He could prevent things from happening. And don't mistake this for Raditz being good. They just have a common goal. Survive and fulfill their visions, learning more about them. And Raditz's personal goal is to defeat Frieza, with Goku also jumping on board that, excited to fight a guy that's supposedly that strong. And Raditz looks over at Gohan too, wondering how strong a hybrid could be, and he looks around at the rest of them, recognizing how truly weak everyone is in comparison to him. He's still not sure if this is going to work, but his visions haven't been wrong yet. Maybe this could actually work. And this is where we'll leave off for now. So, what'd you guys think about this part? What's going to happen next as the story continues? Leave any thoughts or suggestions in the comments below. I'd love to see what you guys think. As usual, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already, especially if you want to see more videos like this and a continuation to the story. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.